What's going on, everybody? Um, Once again, I'm here to talk about the Sixers. They played the Suns yesterday in Phoenix. Um, Surprisingly, they didn't get blown out. But I noticed something very, very important, and you can take this to the bank or you can let it alone. Council of Four played 12 minutes, and Doughton, I think that's how you pronounce his name, also that came up from the G League, played 12 minutes. I think Council had 10. I think Doughton had 12. So in 12 minutes, Council before had 10 points, and in 12 minutes, Doughton had 12. Now they could have been in garbage time, um, but Maxi played like what 29 minutes and had 6 points. Um, Kelly Oubre Jr. played like 35 minutes and had like 18 points. I think the score was like 102 to 115. So like I'm just pointing out the statistics to show that and there was no Taquavion Smith. There was no Taquavion Smith. Let's just cold blooded young killer will shoot that ball, shoot that ball, shoot that ball, shoot that ball until that ball goes in, right? And I'm talking about fiercely. And if he doesn't just rely on a jump shot, he goes up in there, and he wasn't in the game, probably down in the G League, or probably they uncertain on what they're going to do with him. Um, when he should be up there getting the experience, becoming the player that eventually either they recognize that he will be, or another team is going to recognize that he will be. But either way, they're going to be sorry for it. Counselor for his athletic ability and um, his progression in learning the game defensively, offensively. He had a reversible dunk on a break that I said, oh, it's got to be in the highlight reels. Shot the three from way, way beyond the arc. I'm telling you, this is an individual that needs to consistently play. But Nick Nurse has proven to me that he's another Doc Rivers. The organization has proven to me that they are just no class. Now the Sixers, I believe, are in the eighth seed. They're in the eighth. They're number 8 now in the race. Um, they play the Clippers, and I believe they play the Kings. Next 2 games, those are losses automatically, which will drop them down further. So why are you not playing these young boys? Why are you not injecting what I call a monkey wrench into the game? Put players in that Durant and them never seen before, that Bradley, Bill, and Booker never seen before, right? Yeah, let them break them down off a dribble. Let them score on them. Let them do all that. Let Council Ford get the experience of playing against the Durant and the Booker. Let Taquavion Smith get the experience of playing against these people. And it will help them grow. But you don't see the worth in these young boys. That's the sadness of what we are witnessing right now with this organization, with Nick Nurse and this sad, low-class organization called the 76ers. You don't see the worth and need in what you have, right? They can't advance. They can't improve their game if you don't let them play against who they need to play against. You keep relying on Maxey, and you letting the league pump you up to make listen, I don't have a problem with Maxey, right? But Maxey is not your alpha. He's not. He's not. He needs, listen, Kobe wanted, or I'm not going to say wanted, but he didn't have a problem with Shaq leaving. He didn't have a problem, and probably the Lakers got rid of Shaq with Kobe's approval. Kobe wanted to show the NBA and the basketball world that he could win a championship without Shaq. And he did. They went through a period of a few years where they didn't even make the playoffs. But they were grabbing pieces. Pau Gasol here, Odom here, a Fisher here. They was grabbing them. They was grabbing the pieces, and Kobe was grooming them. Kobe was the kind of basketball player that said, listen, Kobe wasn't no boxer. He wasn't no Mike Tyson, but he didn't back down. He let anybody that came there, I don't care if they were 7 feet tall. Kobe said, listen, man, you coming here to do this if you playing with me. And if you ain't going to do this, man, you got to get out of here. I don't give you want to fight or I don't care. But if you're not going to play up to this standard, then you're getting out of here. We don't have those kind of players anymore, right? But I say that to say that you're going to go through a bottom process. You need to let these players grow into who they are. Counselor Ford, listen, I don't know his ceiling. I don't know Terquavion Smith's ceiling. But you'll never know until you let these players play. It's time to move on from trying to bamboozle us as fans to make some kind of playoff and all that stuff. Right? One guy said to me in the supermarket, he said, yeah, we had losing season and we don't want to go through that again. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do except go through losing seasons until these guys grow into who they are supposed to be? You don't have players on that team that are... Look at Boston. Look at Pritchard on Boston. Pritchard was coming off the bench, getting no minutes. Now Pritchard is one of their main dudes. I don't know. I don't know if you rock this, and this Maxey thing could be really, 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 really harmful to the Sixers. Because if you think that Maxey is your alpha or your superstar or he's good, but he's not. Listen, Allen Iverson was an alpha. And Allen Iverson is a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that Maxey couldn't be a Hall of Famer, but it takes a certain player to reach that. Yeah, I mean, you got to rise above in your game above everybody else. And I don't see that right now in Maxey. Maxey's your average Joe. He's like the dude Fox in Sacramento.